If one day you fall in love with a dragon, can such a love survive? Legend has it that there was a dragon descendant who possessed terrifying power. He was not human, but a half-human, half-dragon being with molten lava coursing through his veins. Yet, fate played a cruel trick. He fell in love with a human girl, Diana, as pure as the sunlight. On a distant island, they once found happiness. But can love between two different species truly have a happy ending? When the dragon's instincts awaken, when the human world turns its back on him, when he must choose between love and his very nature, what will Diana do? What will become of Tommy? Join us in exploring this tragic yet fiercely passionate love story between a human princess and a dragon prince. The last heir of the dragon clan. In a distant sea, where the great dragons once rested, a legend has been passed down for centuries. When a dragon dies, its body transforms into a massive island, protecting the descendants of the dragon clan. Tommy, the seventh heir of this bloodline, was born with a grand destiny, to become a dragon. On his 10th birthday, his father took him to the sacred cliff, where all dragon children were required to throw themselves into the sea to awaken their bloodline. But overwhelmed by fear, Tommy fled into a dark cave. However, fate gave him no choice. One day, a group of dragon hunters suddenly raided the island, killing Tommy's father right before his eyes. Unable to transform, Tommy could do nothing but watch in helpless agony. Consumed by pain and hatred, he made a desperate decision. He leaped into the sea. And in that very moment, a colossal dragon burst forth from the raging waves. Tommy had finally awakened his dragon clan lineage. Millennia of dragon memories flooded into his mind. Then, he realized a harsh truth: dragons could not reproduce naturally. To continue their kind, they kidnapped human women, burned them in dragon fire, and from the ashes, dragon offspring were reborn. Tommy himself was born from that cruel ritual. For centuries, humans feared dragons, but to maintain peace, every 20 years, they sacrificed 4 young women to the dragon clan. However, this cycle was broken when Tommy's father abducted the wife of a musician. Grief-stricken and enraged, the musician sought revenge, slaying Tommy's father and becoming the first dragon hunter in human history. Despite his dragon blood, Tommy had a kind heart. He despised the way his kin reproduced and chose to imprison himself in a secluded cave, vowing never to transform into a dragon again. As centuries passed, humanity gradually forgot about the dragons. The once feared sacrifices were transformed into mere symbolic rituals in royal weddings. But fate has a way of repeating itself. During the wedding of Princess Diana, the most beautiful woman in the kingdom, an ancient ritual was reenacted. Knights sang the dragon's hymn, recalling an age-old legend. They did not realize that their song had awakened a real dragon. From the sky, a massive beast descended, snatched Diana, and vanished. When the princess awoke, she found herself trapped in a mysterious cave. She tried to escape, only to be blocked by strange creatures. Just as danger closed in, a handsome young man appeared, saving her. But the moment Diana touched him, a terrifying transformation took place. The man instantly turned into a fearsome dragon. Tommy was the dragon who had taken her. Horrified, Diana tried to flee, but Tommy did not harm her. He only wanted to explain. He told her about the dragon clan, his cruel past, and the painful memories that humanity had long forgotten. Diana did not know whether to believe him, but she understood one thing: Tommy was not a monster, at least not in the way humans had always imagined. But at that moment, the kingdom's army arrived. They hunted Tommy down, and a fierce battle broke out. Severely wounded, Tommy fell from a cliff. Unable to abandon him, Diana chose to save him. She carried him to a hidden cave and tended to his wounds. As time passed, Diana began to see Tommy's loneliness. He did not belong to humans, but he could not live as a dragon either. He was an outcast, trapped between two worlds. And she, a kidnapped princess, had now become the only person who could understand and empathize with him. One night, Diana noticed strange markings on her body. She was horrified to realize that, even without the old sacrificial rituals, dragon blood still operated in its own way. Tommy had unknowingly awakened the dragon lineage within her. Diana was terrified. Was she becoming part of the dragon clan? Or would she, like the women before her, be burned to ashes? And most importantly, could Tommy change the fate that bound them both? Dragon bloodline and a fateful love. Tommy carried the blood of dragons, a descendant of the dragon clan with fearsome power. Despite his kind nature, he constantly struggled to control the thirst for blood and the wild instincts within him. But everything changed when he met Diana, a beautiful and pure-hearted human girl. On a deserted island in the middle of the ocean, they found peace together. They built a home from driftwood, sharing joyful days. Diana felt the warmth and tenderness in Tommy and chose to stay by his side, despite the vast difference between their species. But happiness was fleeting. As the dragon blood within Tommy grew stronger, he realized he could no longer control himself. Every time he touched Diana, his dragon instincts surged, urging him to transform into a bloodthirsty beast. Fearing that he would harm the one he loved, Tommy forced Diana to leave. Heartbroken but with no other choice, Diana set sail, leaving Tommy and his loyal companion behind on the island. Though rescued and returned to her kingdom, her heart remained with Tommy. Even when pressured to marry another prince, she couldn't stop thinking about him. As for Tommy, after losing Diana, he descended into madness. With no reason to live, he decided to cast himself into the abyss to end his suffering. But at that very moment, during her wedding ceremony, Diana sang the ancient song of the dragons, calling for her love to return. Her voice, like a miracle, pierced through space and reached the deepest corners of Tommy's heart. In an instant, he transformed into a dragon, shattering the night sky, soaring toward the kingdom to reclaim her. Before the astonished eyes of the entire royal court, Tommy took Diana back to his lair. Once again, their love was put to the test. With all her heart, Diana helped Tommy control his dragon blood, quelling his thirst for blood and easing his suffering. In the end, they had a child, the miraculous union of human and dragon blood. Legend has it that from then on, their descendants carried both the power of dragons and the warmth of human hearts. The love story of Princess Diana and the dragon prince Tommy became a legend, proving that no matter the differences in species, true love could overcome all barriers. And perhaps, in love, it doesn't matter who holds whose hand. What matters is that they hold on tightly until the very end.